says his mission in life is to create the fountain of youth. Philip Berkovitz is one of the world's most famous creators of hair and skin products, and his huge and varied mix of product fans and users will probably tell you he is well on the way to achieving that mission. I caught up with the American hairstylist and entrepreneur during his last visit to Bangkok. Well, I've always raved about how much I love Philip B hair shampoos and products, and I'm lucky enough to actually be with the real Philip B. Philip, welcome to Bangkok.
Thanks, Raine.
So fantastic to meet you.
Thank
finally.
you. It's wonderful to meet you too.
Now
Yeah.
you've been to Bangkok before, and I guess for you it's sort of a little bit like coming back to meet some old friends.
Old friends. Yeah, when I first came here, I ran into a friend from home who was in a relationship with a local person here who happened to be a very special person.
Yeah.
And through that connection, I felt as though I had, friends become family, and we build our family, and I have Thai family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you've expanded right through Asia, in Japan, I guess in China. It's an exciting part of the world, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's emerging. It's fresh and new. It's in a sense that it's emerging. The people are finally coming into the middle and upper classes have emerged up from from basically the bottom coming up. And when you're watching that happen, America emerged post World War II. So it's kind of like it emerged and then went down, and then now it emerged, and now it's like, where is it now? So it's like,
I
it's...
don't want to go there.
No, not currently, no, unfortunately,
Yes.
but we don't want to date ourselves either right now. So that's a new subject, as my cousin was saying.
Yes.
Yeah,
But it is exciting. There's a lot going on, and I think what you're seeing in Asia too is a lot of people now are paying attention to wanting, I guess, products that are more natural and that are less chemical, more organic.
Natural and chemical, these words are buzzwords that are highly abused in a sense of everyone says it, every corporation from the biggest corporations in the world, they've all taken these buzzwords and they use them on television commercials with movie stars that they paid big money, and friends of ours who do the commercials where they put pieces of wire on the hair, which are later on photoshopped out to make the hair move and flow. It's quite amazing how they've used media to convey this message of natural that's not even really there, because what I learned very early on in the industry, there's a lot of trickery in the backdrop. And how it works is like this. Water comes from the earth, therefore it's natural. And I said, really? And they said, really? And I said, come on. I said, my heart just dropped and my excitement just left my body. And I said, that can't be. And they said, yeah. They said, it's 80 to 90% of most products start with water.
Yes.
I have products that literally have no water in them. However, they do. Now, another bit of trickery in the industry is when you look at the back of a label and it says aqueous extracts of aloe. Aqueous is just water, and technically when you put a minute amount of any plant form into a base of water, that it no longer technically is water, it is now a weak extract. Therefore, it moves to the top of the list. And I've seen this, how I can tell the difference is your nose knows, your brain catalogs over 100,000 scents. And everything, think about this, the smell of fire. When you smell fire, something burning, you're alarmed. You wake up, you fling around the room looking, where is that coming from? You know that scent is connected to that part of your brain, whereas the scent of lavender makes you want to fall asleep. Or the scent of vanilla makes you feel more sensual. And I was interviewing all of my clients. I knew very early on what I wanted in my life. I wanted to create the fountain of youth.
I think the difference with you is that I sense too is that you're not just producing a commercial product.
No.
You're producing something that's very much what you believe in.
I call this uber luxury.
Yes.
It's over and above luxury.
But it's also something that is you. It's what you believe in and what you're passionate about.
It's in my DNA.
Yes.
It's actually what a lady once said. In my years, I've had several one-liners said to me by my clients.
Yeah.
One of them was, 1 hour with you is better than 10 years of therapy. And another one is, I wish I could bottle you and take you home.
Yes.
And I said to her, someday you will. And I remember that day when I said those, and I remember when these clients said it to me. And in my life, I've had so many celebrities come through my life, like Sandra Bullock and Sharon Stone.
Yeah.
Sandy had a one-bedroom apartment, and she actually said to me, "Do everything, I'm going to make it."
Wow. Yes.
So I may not look like I was around at that time, but I kind of was.
No, you looked way too young.
Yeah, thank you for that. I really had amazing relationships with wonderful people who have succeeded in the world. CEOs, heads of movie studios,
Yes.
the biggest movie producers in Hollywood, who have been part of my life for 30 years. The reason why is because they knew when I started this company that I wanted to make the fountain of youth.
Yes.
And it's funny because, when I was about 6 years old, my dad left my mom, and I said to her, she felt like she was, 5 kids and raised them. And I said, someday I'm going to make the fountain of youth for you.
Yes.
We tested Philip's newest moisturizers.
As it buries in there, these amino acids and oleosomes bury into it and deliver life. So now what happens is as it dries, the skin will contract and tighten, and you'll see an incredible clarity in the skin.
Actually, I can see a difference already.
Oh yeah, you'll see it immediately. It's really, but as it dries, it becomes much more intense.
You weren't lying about the fountain of youth.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Then it was time for a few tips on hairstyling.
So what's this?
This is my new product called Roots Up. Roots Up. And I wanted
so
something.
Roots Up,
It's a Roots Up
okay.
product. So let me
Yes.
just take off the lid here. Okay, so this has something called jewel actuator. This little straw flips out and clicks in, and then you'll see.
Right. Oh,
Oh,
yes.
so this
okay.
allows me to take this piece that will lay flat here, and now I'm going to lift this piece up here, yeah, like so. And I'm going to go right to the root. I'm going to clear it. I'm going to spray it away. Clear it. Okay. Now I'm going to go into my root. Okay. Now I'm going to decide which way I want that root to lift up. All right. And then I'm going to close my little straw here.
Right.
And then I'm going to spray it like a spray. And I'm going to freeze it up, and I'm going to use the heat of my finger now. Now you can use a blow dryer or anything, but I use the heat of my finger because we're on camera and we can't really have a loud blow dryer here. And I want to show you how it works.
Is this like
So
a
you can
hairspray?
It's like a spray and a root booster all in one. So now you can see Raine actually has the root boosting that she wants. And the cool thing is it will stay. As you can see, this is staying, and it's actually giving her some root boost and lift.
If you want more information on Philip B Botanical products and where to buy in Thailand, visit this site.